The idea of justice is very, very similar, I think, to the idea of shalom. Shalom is the Hebrew word for peace and the oncoming state of peace and harmony and wholeness and completion. These are all good things that we're designed to be. We're designed to prosper, thrive, enjoy tranquility, to practice our gifts, to perform, build, and create, and to live in community, not only with our families, but in the larger community and society as well. We're giving in and culture making to our neighborhood and to our other families and to being recognized as part of the whole. And that's what we're designed for. Our shalom is love and health and the incredibly fertile growth of the Garden of Eden. We are supposed to be trees planted in streams of water, yielding fruit and growing leaves that are confident and strong in the wind. The idea of shalom and justice now, after the Garden of Eden, and the reason that Jesus came to save us is reactionary. It's the idea of restoring brokenness and all of the creation being made whole. We have justice to do in response to active sin in the world. God commands his people in Jeremiah 22, "Hear the word of the Lord, King of Judah, you and your servants and the people that enter the gates of your kingdom. Do justice and righteousness. Deliver from the hand of the oppressor him or her who has been robbed. Do no wrong or violence to the resident alien, the fatherless, and the widow, nor shed innocent blood in this place." God commands us to stop oppression and to address the trauma done to his people. His people, every one of them, created for shalom and instead are fleeing violence. His people have families who are being killed, who are innocent of the trauma being dealt to them. On March 13 of this year, 3 police officers entered a home in Louisville where a man and a woman were sleeping. The police report of the incident states that they, having obtained a no-knock search warrant from a judge, knocked on the door of the apartment, identified themselves as a Louisville Police Department. The report also states they were met with gunfire from a man in the home, and they fired back in response. The report states that the woman suffered no injuries. That woman is Breonna Taylor. She died that night. She was shot at least 8 times. The man is her boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, who did not hear the officers identify themselves as police after they forcefully entered the home just after midnight with a battering ram. They were wearing plain clothes. They were in unmarked cars. There is no existing body camera footage from that night. In a press conference later that morning, a representative of the police department says, "Early this morning, we had a critical incident where one of our officers was shot and another person at the scene was killed. I want to say that we are extremely fortunate
that our officer, Sergeant John Mattingly, was not more seriously injured. Sergeant Mattingly underwent surgery for a leg wound early this morning, and thankfully he is expected to make a full recovery."
And then he makes some disclaimers about all the comments being made that are preliminary. All questions may not be answered as the case and under active investigation.
I want to start by letting you all know that we have no body-worn video cameras to share with you from this morning's shooting. This incident was related to the execution of a search warrant by members of our Criminal Interdiction Division, and some of the officers assigned to this division do not wear body-worn video systems. As you've heard me say before, videos are only part of our investigations. So even without the videos, our Public Integrity Unit will conduct a complete review of this case, including interviews with the involved officers, witnesses, the collection of evidence, and forensic testing.
The forensic testing found that Detective Brett Hankinson shot 10 rounds in the apartment that night. Some of the rounds went into the apartment next door, where 3 people were. He shot and killed Breonna Taylor on March 13. He has been terminated from the Louisville Metro Police Department on June 23. Breonna would be 27 years old today. Her birthday is June 5. She was an emergency medical technician, dreaming to be a nurse and entering a lifelong career in healthcare. She was in bed in her home when she was killed. The Louisville police received the no-knock search warrant in their pursuit of a drug ring that may have used Breonna's address to receive deliveries. The main suspect in this case, and the man that Detective Hankinson has been pursuing, was in police custody when Breonna was killed. Detective Hankinson was fired. No-knock warrants are banned in Louisville. All the Metro police officers are now required to wear body cameras. Later this year, David McAtee was shot and killed by police in Louisville at a protest for Breonna, and the police who shot and killed him did not have their body cams turned on. The Metro Police Chief, Steve Conrad, was fired. Justice does not end here, and Shalom looks like more than this.